The Minecraft movie is so bad that it has forced me to upload a vlog for the first time in 5 years. That should be an instant red flag about the quality of this movie. I wanted it to be good, but it sucks. It is so bad I cannot recommend it to anybody. Now, I know my viewers tend to skew a lot older than most Minecraft YouTubers. I'm guessing a lot of you were not planning on seeing this movie anyway, but if you were on the fence, let me just tell you, don't waste your time, money, or brain cells on this slop. It is so bad, it's beyond words. Now, I can already tell. There are people in my comment section that are going to be like, well, Fit, you're a 35-year-old bald man. You are not the intended audience of this movie. And you know what? Yeah, you're right. I am not the intended audience. I also was not the intended audience of the Mario movie, which I really enjoyed, and the Sonic films, which I also thought were great. Those are examples of video game adaptations meant for kids that did a lot of things right that the Minecraft movie does wrong. And we're going to cover them today. This is a constructive criticism. I know it's going to sound like a rant, but make no mistake about it, I am not mad, I am just disappointed. Even before the movie came out, there were warning signs that it was gonna be awful. I mean, the director, Jared Hess, came out and said that the film was non-canon to the Minecraft story. So already, that does not give me high hopes. And then in the promotional material, they literally used the phrase, turn off your brain. Turn your brain right off. That does not give one confidence in a film, I will say that much. I'll start out with the things I liked about the movie, but I can only count them on one hand, so this will be very quick. I am glad that they used C418's original Minecraft music in the film. It's only used twice, and then they also used Pig Step as well by Lena Raine. I'm glad they used some original music from the game. I feel like that was the bare minimum, because if they didn't, there would have been riots for sure. The acting, I thought, was fine. You know, Jack Black, Jason Momoa, Jennifer Coolidge, I think they all did fine given the ridiculous premise that this movie was about, and given the horrible script that they had to read. I think they were given chicken shit and tried their best to make chicken salad. So I give them props for trying. And there is one scene that I'm shocked was in a kid's movie. During one of the Elytra chase scenes, Jason Momoa and Jack Black literally 69 in midair. And I'm like, I can't believe this is in a kid's movie. But a few memeable moments don't justify the rest of the product being awful, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Let's talk about the visuals next. I thought the visuals were actually pretty good, and it's probably the strongest selling point of this film. I know that Weta Workshop worked on a lot of the physical props and sets for this movie, and you can tell because they look quite nice. I'm familiar with Weta Workshop because they made some weapons for Team Fortress 2 back in the day. So that's my only real experience with them that I'm aware of, but they did a great job in this movie with the visuals. The actual CG, well, I'm not a fan of the art direction that this movie went with. The CG was fine. But it did get to the point where I was watching scenes and I was like, why isn't this entire thing just an animated film? I feel like it probably would have been to the film's benefit if it was just fully animated, but that's more of an opinion and not an objective reason of why the movie was bad. That pretty much covers all the things I liked, so let's talk about everything else which I thought was awful. First of all, the plot. If you've never played Minecraft before, you are going to be entirely lost going into this movie. Even in the first 3 minutes, they expect you to know so much from the game that if you're a casual moviegoer, the movie's gonna lose you instantly. It's like, no wonder they told you to turn off your brains when watching this. Like, I feel so bad for the parents of these kids that have to sit through this film, and they're gonna have no idea what's going on. Now, luckily, they did throw parents a bone in the form of the Jennifer Coolidge storyline with the villager. As enjoyable as that little side plot was, it was also frustrating because it was such a creative use of Minecraft as a medium for storytelling that it made me mad that the rest of the movie was not as creative. The rest of the movie felt like a giant advertisement for a game that we have already purchased. I mean, they just basically gave you the tutorial of how to make everything. And if you're a hardcore Minecraft fan, you already know that stuff, so they shouldn't have to tell you about it. But yet, if you're a casual moviegoer, it's not going to make any sense to you anyway. So it's like, who were they trying to please with this storyline? It made no sense whatsoever. You know, whereas the Mario movie and the Sonic films, those felt like actual movies first and brand advertisements second, but the Minecraft movie's plot made it feel the exact opposite. It's just a giant advertisement to sell plushies that happens to be in the form of a movie. So as the plot goes on, there are a couple moments, like I mentioned earlier, that I think are memeable, that were kind of funny, but they're just strung along in the most incoherent way to the point that you're actually encouraged to zone out. You are encouraged to not pay attention. I know it's been a big thing on the internet the past few weeks to meme on Jack Black saying the name of all the Minecraft items like Flint and Steel, Ender Pearl. But let me just say, when you actually watch the film, the novelty wears off very quickly, to the point it's almost like Mojang had to mandate them to use the proper names of all of these items and to include them in the script, to the point that it becomes jarring in some cases. It's what really makes it feel like just a giant advertisement. I think the reason, deep down, why I'm so frustrated by this movie is the fact that they worked on it for 11 years, and this is the best that they could come up with. And it's just disappointing because if you watch this channel, if you watch a lot of Minecraft YouTubers, you know firsthand that Minecraft as a medium for storytelling can be incredible. It can be compelling. So we had such high expectations for this movie, and they went with the worst option, the option that appeases no one except maybe 8-year-old iPad kids. It's so disappointing. The actual moral of the story I thought was great. It's just the context surrounding it, I think, sours it. The moral of the story is you should embrace your creativity because it makes your life better. And that's true. And that's a great message to send to kids. But the fact that that message is in this creatively bankrupt film that's a blatant cash grab, it just sours the entire thing. It's like you can't tell us to be creative and then in the post-credits scene tease a sequel to your dog shit movie. It's just disingenuous, you know? There's a lot more I could go over about why I disliked the Minecraft film, but since I literally just saw it, I'm still processing a lot of it. I will say this though. There is some value in this film. If you wait for it to come out on digital, watch it in a Discord VC with your friends and then shit on it. That is the only value I think this movie can provide if you are over the age of 12. And I know that's a little harsh, but I had such high hopes for this movie, and it fell flat of pretty much all of them. I would not recommend this movie to anyone. Save your time, money, and brain cells, and go watch something that actually has some meaning to it.